Armand here with your forecast for the week of April 22nd, 2019. What a week it is. Usually in the second half of the lunar cycle, things are kind of like easing downwards a bit. And that's less true when the sun is in the signs of Aries through Libra, because those are sort of the building and culminating parts of the solar cycle, certainly Aries through Virgo. But it's really not true this week. This week is a very, very intense time. We have two planets stationing essentially and a lot of activity. Now, here's a strategy for you, something that, I want to kind of emphasize. If you want something to happen, act, do something. Astrology is great for telling you maybe this time is good, this time is better, and something like that. But if you don't act, nothing's going to happen. And this is a week that's going to demand a lot of action, or it's going to offer opportunities for a lot of action. You can sort of hang back and not do anything if you want, but I wouldn't really advise that. So, how do things shake out this week? Well, we start out with Monday. We have Uranus, we have the sun meeting Uranus in Taurus. What an independent, I want to do my thing kind of energy this is. We have the sun and Uranus together, which is independence, and I'm going to assert myself. I'm going to be a unique individual on the one hand, and then we have this happening in Taurus, which has a lot of determination, not stubbornness, determination on the other. So we have this kind of I'm doing what I want to do and don't give me any shit about it. That type of energy, okay? Very direct, kind of boom. As a matter of fact, what we have this week in general, we have the sun in Taurus, we have Mercury and Venus and Vesta and Chiron in Aries. And these are two animals that deal with things head on, right? We have the horns of the bull, we have the horns of the ram, and so we have this very direct, head-on kind of energy. I'm just going to go deal with things. And so, if that's the prevailing energy, that's what you should be doing. You should be dealing with things. You should be, put your head down and push forward type of thing. Sometimes like the bull, sometimes like the ram. Sometimes it's a strong, steady determination. Sometimes it's, locking horns. But either way, they're both very active, face the issues type of energies. Okay, so Monday, very strong independent energy. You probably want to work alone. You may not get that much cooperation from others. It's probably a fun night to get out, though. Early in the week would be probably a pretty good night. Tuesday sort of continues a little bit the same sort of energy. The moon is going to kind of help that along. The Sagittarius moon is good. It's sort of upbeat, outgoing kind of energy, but we're getting closer to Pluto's station. Hey, you know what I should mention? I'm going to be in California on Wednesday night in Los Angeles NCGR with my colleague Margaret Gray giving a talk. And then on Saturday, we are giving a workshop at the San Francisco Astrological Society. So, if you're in the hood, come by and see us. And, if you're around and you want a impersonal type of consultation, we can do that too. Anyway, get back to business over here. So Tuesday's got a little bit less intense, and yet the Pluto station is coming. So we're sort of shifting from this I got to do my own thing, I got to be independent kind of energy into the more what are the demands on me, what has to be done. I got to say Wednesday and Thursday, Pluto stations. The moon is in Capricorn, and it's going to go ahead and it's going to meet with Saturn and Pluto Wednesday and Thursday. The pressure's on, deadlines and decisions, deal or no deal. What are we going to do? And very possibly, there are pressures on you from outside. Very possibly, in fact, there are some pressures on us all on a sort of societal, collective level, whether it's finances or politics or so on. We might be feeling that pressure, and it might make it harder to sort of do your own thing because there's a lot of constraints on you and there's a lot of uncertainty. Or there's certainty, but you're not crazy about it. So that's the feeling on Wednesday and Thursday. Pressure, expect to have to do a lot of work. It's not a very easy going time. Good creative energy on Wednesday. If you have something to do as a creative project, push into it. But it's not a real light, easy going time. As we get to Friday, things even out just a little bit. Just a little bit. The moon goes into Aquarius, and we take that long view, see where things are going, and that's very helpful. We're going to like that. However, Mars is going to square Neptune. Mars square Neptune is this kind of energy that pushes people beyond the limits. Be very careful driving on Friday and Saturday, but mostly on Friday. People tend to just go past the limits when you get into those sorts of situations where Mars is squaring Neptune. Saturday itself is a little bit of an easier kind of energy. The moon is void all day on Sunday, and more or less, it will not be a really relaxed time. Although, do try to rest a little bit and recharge your batteries, because we are coming to a Saturn station on Monday, the 29th. Saturn stations tend to put, again, more work pressure on us, more responsibilities, more things to deal with. And they also tend to sort of depress the immune system a little bit. And, a lot of like minor illnesses go around, colds and things like that. A lot of allergies would be really possible at this time of year. Just things that kind of weigh you down physically if you're not like, in the best possible state. And, if you've been working and dealing with things all week long after this very active week, that could really describe your situation. So do try to rest up a bit on Sunday, even if you are sort of, locked into thinking about the week ahead. Okay, I do want to point out that also that Pluto and Saturn stations are quite powerful and important, and they certainly color this week very much. However, the retrogrades of those planets are a pretty subtle effect. You don't have to really worry about that. It's not like Mercury retrograde or something. They're retrograde a lot of the time, so it doesn't make that much of a difference. It's the stations that matter. I also want to thank folks who are liking the videos, and I want to thank folks for subscribing. I really do appreciate that very much. So that's a big heartfelt thanks to you. So if you're in California, I'll see you. If not, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.